the United Nations calls that blockade on the Gaza North as unacceptable. Other international figures from other international agencies are calling it illegal, unethical, catastrophic, disastrous. But the bottom line, the outcome is nothing, because people in the northern Gaza are still besieged. And even with the United States intervening and trying to alleviate some of the suffering of the people according to their sources, no one is able to change the policy that has been followed by the Israeli occupation towards Gaza, the North Gaza, for such a very long time. And people continue to suffer, and they are likely to continue suffering because of the policy Israel is following when it comes to dealing with the convoys that are meant to be delivering the life-saving food. It's no longer a humanitarian or food aid. It's life-saving aid that is supposed to be delivered to people who are dying, to children who are dying in the Gaza North, elderly people who are dying in the Gaza North, and even patients who were dying and are still dying because of the lack to the very essential and life-saving food. So with all the attempts by the UN to change some of the misery that has been taking place in the Gaza North, the international community, the UN, and all the regional powers and international power seem to be failing to bring about anything tangible to help the people in Gaza North. The convoys that were organized to help those people were attacked by the Israeli occupation. A Shifa hospital was used, as was stated also by the Palestinians. The civil police was using a Shifa hospital for the sake of coordinating and facilitating the entry and the distribution of the food aid. And then we saw bloody days with the targeting of the commander of the police, with the targeting of the one who's in charge of the central investigative department in the police, and with the people who even were civilians but still trying to facilitate a smooth entry of the food. So the situation is catastrophic, and I don't think, even with the strong wording of all the condemnations that have been made, no one is able to change the reality in the Gaza North, and people are likely to die, and more of them are likely to suffer because of that.
So Akram, give us an update on the latest situation in Gaza. What's been happening?
Well, the latest development when it comes to Gaza is that Hamas military wing, Azz-ad-Din al-Qassam, launched around 8 rockets towards Ashdod area. This is the first time this incident takes place in 2 months, particularly by Hamas military wing. Also in Beit Hanun area, there are some heavy fire taking place, an area that was announced or declared by the Israeli Occupation Army as area that has been cleaned and cleared from Hamas members. Also in the Gaza Central area, there are some heavy bombardments in Al-Mughraqa and Zahra area, and there are some reports about exchange of fire. In Khan Yunis, the operation continues, and you have mentioned in the report that they have been continuing blockading Al-Amal hospital. They have blocked all different exits and entries of the hospital with the sand, and they're continuing to work in the vicinity of the hospital. Nasser hospital is also somehow besieged, and there is some continuous bombardment in that area. So overall, all over the Gaza Strip in all different parts, Gaza Central area, Gaza Northern area, Gaza Southern area, the fighting is still continuous, the bombardment is still continuous, and people continue to fall dead or injured, and the infrastructure continue to be destroyed because of that ongoing bombardment and ongoing hostilities.
Akram, thank you very much. Our correspondent Akram Al Satarri in Rafah in Gaza.